Hey there guys, welcome back and welcome to episode B of the A to Z of Obscure Trading Card Games. Today we're going to be looking at the Beyblade TCG. The Beyblade TCG was released back in 2003 by Decipher Inc. and it was intended to be a very simple TCG with easy to understand rules in order to appeal to a much younger market than most of the TCGs out there. It lacked a lot of the complex mechanics that other games had, and one version of the gameplay didn't even require you to be able to read in order to play. Unfortunately, this would be the downfall of the game, as it never really took off in popularity with the younger audiences, and the simplistic game style meant that older gamers were showing little to no interest in the game at all. As such, only one set of the game was ever released. The set was subtitled Collision and had 130 cards. The set was released in both starter decks and booster packs. There were two different starter decks released, just numbered Starter Deck 1 and Starter Deck 2. Each of these was 60 cards, and each included 5 different exclusive cards that could only be gotten within the starter deck and weren't available in booster packs. The rest of the set could be found within 11 card booster packs. Each booster pack contained one rare, and around 1 in every 8 booster packs would contain an extra rare foil card. The extra rare foils weren't just foil versions of other rares in the set, they were unique cards with unique numbering. In addition to the set, a total of 14 promo cards were released for the game through various different retailer promotions while it was going on. Interestingly, the promo cards didn't have their own specific numbering system. They were numbered onto the end of the set and were numbered 131 through to 144. And that is probably all I need to say about the game at this point, so let's crack open some starter decks and see how it plays. Okay, so here we have Starter Deck 1 and Starter Deck 2. We'll open up, see what we get inside, and then figure out how to play. So we have a rulebook. Ooh, we get a playmat.
Excellent.
Let's open that up and take a look at it. So we have test area, battle pile, spin pile, disco pile, and deck. Cool. So that should help out a bit. And this one. Oh yeah, that mentioned something that I did not mention. There are stickers inside every booster pack. So you can customize your cards.
Weird. Yeah.
It's part of its trying to appeal to kids type thing. Alright. So I know that the foil blade card is one of the exclusive ones, but I'm not sure which of the other ones are. I'm also not sure how to tell the rarity. I think it is this, but I am not totally sure. So this one is Dragoon, Tyson's Beyblade. Opponent's turn, when an opponent makes you lose a red card from your spin pile, that opponent loses a spin.
Okay.
And there's Kenny, also in foil. I think maybe the 5... Is it just... Yeah, I think the 5 foils must be the exclusive ones.
That makes sense.
And then that's maybe a rare uncommon. I think it's maybe the number of points on the things. We'll see more as we open the booster packs a bit later on. That can't right, because that would be a lot of rares if that's.
Yeah.
So maybe the 4-star one is the common. And then maybe, yeah, those are all straight lines. Maybe the straight lines are the rares. Hopefully it didn't matter that I'm just turning these all upside down. Or turning the ones that are upside down right way up, I should say.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
I think you missed one that was upside down.
Did I? Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll see it as we go through. Okay. So, we're currently flicking through because we don't really know what these cards do yet, so... We'll figure this more out later. Were you wanting to be Tyson, or were you wanting to be the other one?
No, I want to be Kai.
Okay, so I'm guessing that is going to be mine, and we'll open start deck number 2. The glue is still holding on this one, so it's a lot harder to open. Alright, so once again, rulebook, playmat, and there we have Dranza, Kai's Beyblade.
Cool.
And then, yeah, these 5 foils at the front are going to be the 5 exclusive cards. Let's turn these up as I go.
So it looks like there are a couple of cards that might be in both decks.
Yeah, I think so. And I think there's a few cards where you get duplicates within the same deck.
Mm-hmm.
Just for deck building purposes, I guess. Alright. Okay, so let's quick look at what comes in the decks. So let's try and get set up, and then we'll give the game a go.
Alright.
Starting a game, your deck has 1 Blade card. Take that card out and put it face up in front of you. Okay, check the spin strength of your Blade card. I think that's the number in the bottom. Take that many cards one at a time from the top of your deck without looking, put them face down in a spin pile, then put the Blade card face up on top. Each player draws 5 cards for his hand. Okay, so we're just going to play a basic version of the game, which is the version of the game where you don't have to be able to read. So we actually ignore the game text on the cards. Alright, first thing you do when it's your turn is play a card. Choose a card from your hand and play it face up in front of you. This becomes the first card in your battle pile and starts a battle with your opponent. You become the attacker and the opponent becomes the defender. The defender now has to stop your card or your attack will hit his blade. On your Blade card you find a colour bar. It shows the order in which colours must be played. The order of colours is red, yellow, green, then blue. When you reach the end of the colour bar, you start over again. If you played a red card to start a battle, your opponent would need a yellow card to stop it, because the yellow is the next colour in order, or if you played a blue card, it would take a red card to stop it. If the defender has the right colour to stop you, then he plays that card face up. It starts a second battle pile right in front of yours. Now, so if you're the attacker and you win the battle, you do damage to my blade.
Mm-hmm.
But if I win the battle as the defender, it just doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm. We each draw at the end of each other's turn. Like,
yeah.
We both draw at the end of every turn.
Okay, so let's give this a go. So, attack me, I guess.
Let's see how this goes.
So you're going to play a red, so I need to play a yellow.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to play this yellow one.
Okay. Then I'm going to play a green.
Alright, well, I don't have a blue, so I guess you're going to win this one.
So, these line up, and there's only one...
Okay, so we score points when we take... Alright, so after we finish putting cards down, we each take the top card of the battle deck that's left and line up against each other, and wherever there's collision matches, that's a point that you score because you won as the attacker.
Mm-hmm.
Since you won, I have to take the top card of my spin pile and put it into my discard pile.
And then these also go in the discard, right?
Yeah. I'm guessing I turn this face up.
I think so.
Yeah. And so if at any point if anyone has no spins under their blade, then you lose. Alright, so this seems fairly simple. And then at the end of each player's turn we both refill our hands up to 5.
So that has an empty piece on it.
Okay.
I guess yours does too. So if you're defending and like you attack me again, and then I can't defend that attack, that empty piece like prevents if it's lined up.
Okay. You played a blue, so I'm going to play this red one.
Blue.
Red. I don't know what the red dot means on my dude.
It is a strike piece. It doesn't do anything if you're defending.
Okay. But if I was attacking, it would do something cool.
Yeah. If you're attacking... If your strike piece matches up with a live piece on your opponent's card, that's a hit. But if you match up a strike piece on your opponent's card, it's a miss.
Okay.
Oh, so it would just be a miss if...
Okay. Well, either way, I'm going to play this green.
Okay. I don't have any blue.
Alright. Successfully defended.
I don't have any red.
Okay, so that's 2 hits.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, so you lose 2 cards from your spin pile.
Green.
Blue.
Alright.
This feels like this could go on for ages. Yep. Is
Nice.
that 4 hits?
Yeah.
What did the red one do?
The red one is... If it's your turn, it's a live piece. When it's not your turn, it's not there.
Alright, so
4 hits.
Oh, and I'm down to 1 spin power.
Uh-oh.
Red.
Yellow.
Green.
Blue.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's me dead.
Yeah!
Okay, so that was the basic rules. They were very basic indeed.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest card game you could imagine.
Yeah, so let's have a quick look at the advanced rules. See how that goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically the main difference in the advanced rules is that obviously you use the text on the card,
Right.
but it's just you still only play 1 card a turn, but you can either start a battle or play a character or do an effect of a card.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to take a bit longer, I guess.
Yeah.
And it does actually have in the rulebook the symbols for the collection. So that straight line one we saw was just for the starter exclusive cards.
Okay.
The 3-pointed one was common, 4 points were common. There's a star for rare, and then there's like a big explosion 8-pointed star for extra rare, and then a circle on the special promo cards.
Cool.
Okay, so that's how the game plays out. Yes, it is pretty simple, but that was the point of it. After that game, we did go and look at the advanced rules a little bit. It plays almost exactly the same. There are just different effects on the cards when you win the battles, and sometimes you can play a card out as a permanent if it's a character or something. But all in all, it's very, very similar to the simple rules. You can see why it doesn't appeal to most gamers because of the simplicity, but it is a very fun game. It doesn't take very long, you can just sit down and play a game really quickly. Personally, I think this game would have found a lot more success if it was just sold as a 2-player kit rather than as a trading card game with just 2 fixed decks that players played against each other. Just because people are more likely to spend the money if they see it as a one-off payment rather than an investment that they're going to have to get into and stick with buying new booster packs every time a set comes out. And speaking of booster packs, we do now actually have a full booster box to open, so enjoy! So, this full booster box contains 30 packs of the 11 card boosters. So let's get into it, let's see what we get. Alright, mentions on the side the starter decks, which has it mentions the foil cards you can only get in the starter decks, which we've already seen. Let's get these out of here. Since we have a full booster box, I'm just going to quickly flick through most of the cards and we'll take a better look at the rare. Let's see what's on the pack. 1 extra rare foil in approximately every 8 packs. Customize your cards with the decals inside. Pretty much all the stuff we already know. Alright, first pack. So I remember these were the uncommons. So we have 3 uncommons. That's the rare. Sable Cobra, Magnum Beyblade. On opponent's turn, when opponent makes you lose a yellow card for your spin, they lose a spin. And then that was a common. Okay, so then the rest are commons. So we start off with the uncommons, then we hit the rare, and then those are the decals that come with it, and there's just a whole other card on there. Huh. Like, there's like a sticker of another whole card. That's strange, but, you know, it might just be that they're all like that. We'll see as we go through them. These packs are quite hard to open. Alright, yep, so there is again a sticker of a Blade card. I'm not sure if it's suggesting that these stickers go well with that Blade, but I don't know, I don't know too much about actual Beyblading. These are uncommons. Oh, and then we have an extra rare foil. That is the symbol for the extra rare there. If you win on your turn, instead of counting hits on the defender, you may gain that much spin. Cool. And those are the commons. There's the stickers. Commons and a rare. During a battle, you may discard a card to stop an opponent's blue card with a blue card. Cool. We haven't obviously played too much, so I'm not sure how well they're all going to go in the game. The game does still seem like it has... There's a lot of chance and randomness. You just have to have, you know, the right answers at the right time. There's not a huge amount of deck building that can really be done. You may play this action to stop a blue card. You just have to have... You have to just get lucky enough to have drawn the right answer at the right time, because obviously all of the decks have to have all 4 different coloured cards in them. So, and with only 5 cards in hand, there is just going to be a chance, no matter how well or differently you build your deck, that you're going to just hit the wrong cards at the wrong time. Okay, if you win during your turn, discard the top card of the defender's deck. Count your characters with the same colour as that card, the defender loses that much spin. I'm just going to try and rush through these a bit more. Now that one is not a sticker of Blade card, that's a sticker of Bursting Out. I think the last one was not a sticker of a Blade card either. I didn't realise. There's another extra rare. During your opponent's turn, the attacker discards a random card. It's not too bad, I don't think. The more resources you can deny your opponent in any one turn, you have a much better chance of winning. So. I'm not sure why some packs just randomly have the cards upside down. I'm sure it's not intentional. During your turn, you may play this action as green. So that's what I was saying, where because it's based on the 4-color system, you're gonna hit where everything is really situational. That's the main thing we learned from playing the test games. Just that everything is so situational, you can't really plan for anything. You may play this action as if it was red. So those cards that are pretty versatile like that, where you can play them as 2 different colours, are probably some of the better cards, just because they're then... You can use them more often than colours... Well, cards that are only 1 colour, sorry. So they're probably some of the better cards, but... You know, there's nothing we can really say to go into that anymore, because we haven't played a ton. If all 4 colours are in your discard pile, the defender loses a spin. Not bad. It shouldn't be too hard to get all 4 colours into your discard pile. Then, of course, you do have to win the battle with that card for that to trigger. But oh, there's a sticker of a character card. Nice. And oh, that is the corresponding rare. Skilled Athlete. Your turn. When you win a battle with a yellow card, the defender loses 1 spin. Nice. I haven't actually been checking. The sticker cards might have all synced up with the rares in the pack. So let's see if this one does. That's that picture of a kid. Nope, it didn't. Okay. I think all the stickers have been of rare cards, though. Awesome Power. If you win during your turn, if there is another action in your battle pile, the defender loses 1 spin. Sweet. Should be easy enough to trigger that one. Based on how many packs are in a box and how many rares there are, You should be pretty close to a full set by opening a box. Okay, your turn. When you win a battle with a red card, the defender loses 1 spin. I think there was only something like 35, 36 regular rares, and then around 11 or 12 extra rares when I looked at the set list. So from a box you should be getting pretty close to all of them, assuming you don't end up with duplicates, which we haven't seen yet. Nope, there's another extra rare. If you win on your turn, count the other cards in your battle pile. The defender loses that much spin. That one seems really good. Basically just running it off an extra win, getting you closer to the win condition. Alright, a rare. Circling the stadium. If you win during an opponent's turn, count hits with the last card the attacker played and you gain that much spin. Nice. Alright. The Operation Rockfall. Choose an opponent to lose 1 spin. It did mention in the rulebook that this game can be played with multiple opponents. But we obviously just ran the 2 star decks into each other. Guess I always underestimate how long opening a box actually takes. Alright, is that all you got? During your turn, if the defender stops this action, draw a card. Card draw is nice, but in a game where you refill your hand at the end of every turn, it seems kind of unnecessary. Like, it's going to be good occasionally when you're going to draw that card that you need right then, before the end of the turn, but in general, not too great. Okay, trigger, raise Beyblade. Opponent's turn, when you lose a battle to a yellow card, you take 1 less hit. Again, all of the blades seem to do stuff that's related to a specific colour, so it just means that their actions are just going to only be relevant 25% of the time, almost completely at random, which isn't great. Chilling Roar. If you win during your turn, the defender does not refill his or her hand at the end of this turn. That seems good. That one seems really good, just denying them anything for the next turn. It basically means that if they've used even a couple of cards during your turn, then they're not going to be able to attack you very profitably the turn after. Alright, Snaky, mean opponent. Opponent's turn. When an opponent starts a battle with a red action, that opponent loses 1 spin. That's a bit better because as long as it just stays in play, it limits what your opponent can do, as opposed to just randomly triggering when a battle ends. So your opponent can actively play around it, but it limits their options, which is nice. Okay. You may play this action to stop a green card. Cool. Not the worst. At least with the simplistic nature of the game, every rare I read, I can understand pretty much immediately what it's going to do. There's no complex things I need to figure out. Bursting Out. Your turn, you may take a red action from your discard pile. Put it in your hand. Three, 4, 5, 6. I've got 10 packs left. Okay. A rare, Wyatt. Your turn. When you win a battle with a red or blue card, you may send one of your defender's characters back to his or her hand. That seems okay. The characters can often be kind of helpful, and that's 50% of the time you win a battle, it's going to trigger, so having them in play is not the worst. Seems alright. Alright, Max. Opponent's turn. When you refill your hand, if you lost a battle this turn, you get 1 more card. that's not terrible. Having the extra card can be quite nice, just for a bit more versatility. Lets you attack a bit better the turn after. Alright, the Chameleon, Invisible Beyblade. Opponent's turn. If there are more blue characters than any other colour, you take no more than one hit in a battle. Alright, so that one's interesting. So that one you can kind of build your deck around by putting a lot more blue characters in. Just to try and get them onto the battlefield. And then it means your opponent can't be hitting you for a lot in one go, which is nice. Max's Beyblade. When you lose a spin, you may take the card you lost and put it into your hand. That seems alright. So it just gives you more options for the following turn, drawing extra cards when you lose spins. It makes it kind of like the prize system in Pokemon rather than just discarding cards at random. Oh, and another extra rare. Practice makes perfect. If you win during your turn, you may discard any number of different colours. Count the different colours you discard. The defender loses that much spin. That seems good, so you can potentially make them lose up to an additional 4 spin if you win the battle with that one. Which is definitely fine when all the blades seem to start with about 6 spins. Even if you can get rid of 2. That's a pretty powerful one. Alright. Kidnapping. Remove a character that has 2 or less live pieces. Getting rid of characters, probably fine. Okay, couple of packs left. Okay. Back from the brink. Take a character from your discard pile and play it without testing it. That seems good. Because the testing mechanic of getting a character into play can be a bit annoying, but getting it directly into play seems really good. You do have to test that action though, but it still seems fine. High-speed chase. Opponent's turn, you may play this action as blue. It's just another one that becomes more versatile by being able to be multiple colours at once, which is always good. Alright, final pack. Just rushing through these since I have no idea what's great. Hey, our final rare. Joseph, Shadowy Sneak. During a battle, you may discard a card to stop an opponent's green card with a green card. Alright. Alright, so that was one entire box of the Beyblade trading card game. Alright, so that was a full booster box of the game. Hopefully that didn't take too long to open, but we got to see most of the cards in the set. So let's review. The gameplay. Fun, quick, pretty simple. I would definitely recommend this game if you have kids that you're looking to get into gaming, but they're not quite ready for the levels of Pokemon or something like that yet. Just by picking up the 2 starter decks and a couple of boosters, you can teach them the simple gameplay and teach them about deck customization, and it'll get them ready for going into playing other trading card games. In terms of collecting the game, it shouldn't be too expensive, but it might be difficult. When looking on eBay to buy this stuff, I found no singles market whatsoever, no matter how hard I tried, no matter what searches I used. Sealed product is pretty cheap and pretty plentiful though, so if you just want to go on there, grab the 2 starter decks, grab a booster box, that's going to give you almost your complete set. It's just going to be finding those last couple of rares that's going to be pretty irritating. You may end up having to buy another box and hope to get lucky. As for the promo cards, I haven't actually seen any for sale anywhere, but it's one that I'm going to keep looking out for, so maybe you guys can too if you're looking to collect it. This is a game that I'm going to try and put a set together for if I can, just because I'm so close to completion anyway. It might take a while, but I'll try and track down what I'm missing. The cardstock used in printing this game does feel very nice, it feels very rigid, and they're not going to get damaged too easily, which is always a plus. I also do really like how these cards look. I think the layout's nice, I think the colours are nice and vibrant, the artwork's good, and the foiling process used on the foils is really nice too. So all in all, I thought this was a pretty good game, and it's kind of a shame that it didn't take off in the way that other games have. So that should be all I need to say. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this look at the Beyblade trading card game. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and hopefully you'll join me next time when we're looking at the trading card game based on Brandon Lee's cult classic, The Crow. I'll see you guys then.
Thanks for watching. Check out some more videos right here.
And don't forget to subscribe for more awesome Pokemon content from DJ Gigabyte.
Gotta catch 'em all!